Now here's a selection of grommets that came in the kit. I've got to try and figure out where they all go. Also, here is the bumper seal for the rear bumper, and here are the overrider rubbers. If anybody needs any of these, I've got 5 of these spare. Again, let me know, send me an email. But looking at some of these grommets, big grommet, small hull, not sure what these are for. I think some of these are for the heater controls that come through, which I'll find out. Again, another huge grommet with a smallish hull. These ones are really hard. Well, compared to these have got, you know, soft centers. Haha, these don't. I'm thinking these are probably for the inner front wings where the headlight cables, etc., come through, but I'm not sure. And these two, again, I don't know. Now, I'm sure because the size of these, I'll be able to figure that out, and also the same with these. But it's going to be fun. Let's get on. Now, you eagle-eyed buggers will have remembered, I'm sure, that I had put the draft excluder, for want of a better word, all around that hole. And then when I went to put the grommets into those 2 holes next to the big 2 holes, I had got the draft excluder in the way, so it had to come off. As you can see, most of it is off already. I've already done that. But what I wanted to do, and I'll demonstrate it to you, is show you how best to get this off without damaging your paint. Now, I do have what is called a plastic scraper, and that initially took it off, and as you can see, hang on if I can get my hand in there, down to this level. Then what you need, this is like a commercial, is this stuff, Goo Gone. It works. Let me show you. Okay, I've sprayed it on. Now I will leave it for a few minutes. Okay, and now, as if by magic, this is my plastic scraper. Got it on Amazon, I think. And let's watch what it does. Look at that. That Goo Gone stuff has just made it... It's not stuck, by the way. That's just... I'm an idiot. I just brush it off. Look at that. Brush off this piece. This. So there you go. Now the only concern I have, and I'll check it in a second. Give me a second. I need to put this scraper down somewhere safe. Is that as the Goo Gone has dribbled onto that piece at the bottom there, has it come unstuck? Well, it doesn't appear to, so we'll see. I'm going to leave that a little while. Meanwhile, I'm going to get me grommets in. I've put 1 grommet in here. I don't know what it's for, but that seems to be the right size hole. And then I've got the other 2 to go in here, and then the 2 little ones that'll go in over there. All right, let's get on with it. Okay, as always, I like to try and let people know things I do, and what I've discovered and what works for me, etc. And you can see I'm pointing at this red canister, and I've written on it 80 psi. I was buying cases of brake cleaner. I use brake cleaner a lot for degreasing, wiping down, all sorts of different things, and also cleaning brakes, believe it or not. And I was getting through cases of it, and the cans are, I'm not sure what they are these days. They're probably like $3 or $4 a can. So, you know, you buy a case of 10, you know, 3 or 4 times 10, do 30, 40 bucks. This canister, that did cost me, I think, around 30 to 40 bucks. And then, of course, it's got no liquid in it, so you have to buy the liquid. So I bought a 5-gallon drum of brake cleaner, which I think cost me around $80. So $120. And I have got 5 gallons of brake cleaner, whereas those little cans, you know, didn't last long. And all you need to do is, you know, put some pressure in it from your compressor, And then you've got this, and I'll see if I can, I don't want to spray it on anything. Hang on, let me show you. Hang on. I mean, it's perfect. And for you green people, yuck. There are no, what are they called? Not projectiles. God, I can't think of it now. Well, the beauty of old age. Propellants. Oh, damn, the brain does work. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in. And the reason I threw that little commercial in is because I cleaned this area up now with brake cleaner. The Goo Gone is going to prevent it from sticking. So I once I'd cleaned this up, oh dear, there's a bit of gooey there. I'm going to get rid of that. There was still a slight residue of the Goo Gone. In fact, there's some in here, I'm sure. Yeah, I can feel it, and it's slippery. So, you know, you've got to get that off. Give this a good clean up with the, well, as I said, brake cleaner is what I use. You use what you prefer. Okay, as you'll recall, I was concerned about that seal having Goo Gone on it. Yeah, silly ass. Let me show you why. There's my heater box. I've already put the seal on there. So my plan is to use some of that other sealy stuff. Oh, there it is. That I've got tons of that I'm not going to use. And I'm just going to put it around here. And around here. Clean out the holes on the bodywork. And then put this in place. But of course I now have to remove the seal that I put here on the bodywork. And as I've seen it work so wonderful with the Goo Gone, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, by the way, the grommets that I've got coming through, I think there was 3. So there's 1 here, 2 here. So that's the flaps. Ah, now, of course, there is a heater valve. And there's 2 here. That one. Oh, and that one. So that's the other 2. And then, hang on. Sorry. There will be a heater valve, which goes there, I believe. Yes, the valve goes there, and the pipe there. So that kind of confuses me, because, sorry about this, I'm just, I can't just dump things down. Over here, I have 3 here, 2 over there, which granted the grommets aren't in those 2 yet. I'm not quite sure why I have 3 here. I don't think there's any wires or anything that comes through here. I guess I'll find out when I get the heater box in position, which will be in another video. I won't deprive you, but I'm going to put this out now because I think it's jolly interesting, don't you? Well, especially as now, all of this has to come out. And yeah, you can rip it off and then get your Gooby Gone on it. Well, actually, I'm going to get my scraper on there because it comes off easier with a scraper. All right, get on the garage. You go do some shit. I'm doing some shit. Okay, just a final bit. Put the draft excluder here. I didn't have to put that piece there. I just thought, well, if I put it there and this one's got a good seal and that one hasn't, then at least we're getting good flow. And does it matter? No, of course not, but there you go. And this, of course, again, is the draft excluder. Actually, I'm rather pleased at how well I got that to stick on there. It looks pretty darn good, I think. Not that anybody's going to see this shit, but, you know, it's nice to get things correct. Right, now let's get it in place. At least as a temporary measure, just to make sure everything fits before I mount it properly. And just to give you an idea as to what it's going to look like, I have to hold it because it's not bolted at all. That's approximately where it'll go. I tell you what, Jaguar, you and I've packed things in. The gap between the engine and the fan there. Now that may get a little bigger when I get the transmission mounted properly. The back of the engine might drop a little. But over here by the spring, look at that. Not a lot of room there. And then I've got my pipes to come off and go underneath. This now gives me a guide for mounting this cable, or putting clips on this cable. I can see now I've got plenty of room and it's not going to be an issue. What might be an issue, oh no it's not. I was thinking that pipe that goes there, it's a hot water pipe, was going to hit that wiring harness, but it's up and above it, so that'll be okay. And there should be I think it's a rubber gasket goes on here, like an O-ring. Okay, now this is fully restored by Mr. Gary Mees, haha, yes, me, and tested and working. That I do know. My next job now is to clean out these holes, as I mentioned earlier, get this cable clipped before I mount this, because otherwise it's going to be awkward. And well, that's going to be it. So well, it's going to be it. I mean, that's just going to be that particular part done. So clean out the holes, drill and mount the wiring clips, and pray, which won't do any good because I don't believe. There you go. Okay, let's I've got to pull that out of there now because I need to work in that area. Now this really is the end of this video. I'm going to pump it out to you guys, and hope you enjoy it.